Hey, what's up? It's Ben here with Triple Cord Real Estate. In this video, I got a bunch of facts and figures for you to give you a snapshot of what the real estate market is like here in Ada County in June of 2021. Last month, the median sales price in Ada County was $523,250, and that's a 45% increase compared to last year. In May of 2020, the median price was $360,450. Now, Boise was recently named as having the highest housing price increases in the United States over the past 4 years. So what's leading to these rising prices? A number of factors have contributed to this. Number one, we've seen a high demand but a very low supply. And just to give you an idea, I checked the statistics archives, and until recently the record low number of homes available on the market was in January of 2013 when we had 1,668 homes available. Last month, there were 570, and that's a 54% drop compared to last year. So what do you think this does to the days on market statistic? Well, it makes it go down. Last month, the average home sat on the market for 12 days before it was sold. That's a 57% decrease compared to last year. So why do we have such a low supply? Well, because of the price increases, people are simply staying in their homes for a longer period of time, and that is leading to a lower supply. Another factor driving up the home prices is the low interest rates. Right now, the APR on a 30-year fixed rate is at about 3%. So we're not quite as low as we were last year. Back in November, December of 2020, we were hovering at about 2.75%, but it's still a very low mortgage rate. And these low interest rates have encouraged more buyers to enter into the market. So the more buyers you have, the higher the prices. Another factor is more people are moving to the area. People are tired of these big government states. We're seeing lots of people move from Washington, Oregon, and California. So we're seeing a rise in the population here in the Treasure Valley. We're also seeing an increase in building costs. The median price for new construction last month was $545,000, and that's a 16% increase compared to the month before, when the median price was $470,000. We've also seen a huge increase in lumber prices. Just go to Lowe's, you'll remember that 6 months ago you used to be able to buy a 2x4 for $4 or $5. Now you're going to spend over $10 for an 8-foot 2x4. Supply chains have also been disrupted, and that has contributed to the rising prices. Finally, we're seeing an increased number of out-of-state buyers purchasing homes here in the Treasure Valley. Many of these buyers are coming from stronger markets, so they have more cash in their pockets. So because they're able to offer more, that's driving the prices up. Here's an interesting statistic that shows how much buyers have been willing to pay on average over the list price here in Ada County. 1 year ago, buyers were on average paying about $7,000 more than the list price for homes that were priced between $250,000 to $500,000. Today, they're paying on average about $30,000 over the list price, which is a 300% increase compared to last year. For homes that are $750K or more, last year buyers were paying on average about $20,000 more than the list price. This year, they're paying about $80,000 more than the list price. Let me talk about Canyon County for just a second. So that's the area of Nampa, Caldwell, Middleton, and beyond. As you probably know, the house prices there are lower. Last month, the median price was $410,000. So that's about $110,000 more than in Ada County. And as compared to last year, that's a 48% increase. Also, very low inventory in Canyon County. About 360 homes available last month, which is a decrease of about 35%. And the average days on market is equal to that in Ada County, about 12 days before they're scooped up by a happy buyer. The month before last, the median price in Canyon County was about $400,000. So that's about a $10,000 increase in 1 month. Now, the reason we're seeing an increase in sales in Canyon County is because people who typically would not choose to live in Canyon County because they live in Boise or for other reasons have simply been priced out of the market there. So we're seeing more people move to Nampa, Caldwell, and commute into Boise. So the increased number of buyers in that market is also driving up the prices there in Canyon County. Before I tell you about what the economists are saying about the future of the housing market, let me point you to a guide guide that I wrote for buying a home in Boise. It's got a ton of great information about the neighborhoods, the schools, things to do. It's a free download. Just click on the link in the description box below. So where do we go from here? Have we created a bubble that's about to explode? The correct answer is none of us knows for sure. What does seem to be on the horizon though is more inflation. Last February, the consumer price index was up 1.7% compared to last year. And Lawrence Yun, who's the chief economist for the National Association for Realtors, is predicting the inflation to be over 2% by the end of this year. Now, if that's the case, we'll probably see a slowed rate of increases in house prices over the coming year, over the rest of the year. But from what lenders are saying, banks like Goldman Sachs, Morgan Stanley, it doesn't look like the house prices are going to be coming down significantly anytime soon. Now, if you do choose to sit on the sidelines and wait for the market to come down and correct itself, you may be waiting for quite a while. We don't know. But another thing to consider is the rising rent prices. Just recently, Boise was named as being in the #1 slot in all of the markets across the United States for the highest rent price increases over the past year. Now let me just add that not all real estate transactions are the same. Some houses will go for a lot more than the list price. Others will go for about the asking price. They're all different. And if you'd like to see some actual numbers of some real transactions of mine that I helped to facilitate recently, you can check out this video right here. Hey, if you liked the video, hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on what's happening here in the Treasure Valley.